Students, welcome back. Okay, I got busy inside an Overleaf and made up this PDF to make it easy for students to go to the car park and tally with stuff like this. Okay, so I'm going to analyze this data for you. You're going to look along, and then you're going to analyze this data, which I'm going to give you a link to. Okay, so I hope you've been able to keep up roughly with what I've said so far. So let's jump into Excel. Let's get busy with the data. So let's take this county data. I'm dropping this sheet to the very beginning. And all we have is that, so my students counted one car from Carlow, none from Cavan, etc. Okay, so before we do anything else, we're going to turn the data into what we call a table. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate in case I make a mess of things, or I'm learning and I want to go back and try and do it again. So I'm going to work on county 2, and when you get to your year, I want you to do the same thing. Well, actually, you're going to move your year data in from here, so you're going to have to put in the numbers, and that you're even going to have to put in the years. But I'm going to remind you of what you're going to do. You're going to do 2024, which is the year we're in, 2023. And you're going to drag that back. Because it's a computer and it's powerful, you can drag it back probably too far, and there won't be any cars way back in 1992, but it doesn't matter, just leave it there. We'll be getting rid of it later. Okay, back to county. So as I say, which year you're going to make sure you duplicate so that regularly, so that you can kind of go back in time. Okay, here's my county. I'm going to insert a table. Now it asks me, does my table have headers? You bet you it has headers. The word county and the word total are not the same as things like Galway and 4. Okay, it's the header, it's the category for all this data. So you definitely say yes. Okay. Now once you're on your table, if you'd like, you can format it. Can I show you how to format it to make it table design? You can click on table design and you can pick a design you like. Okay, a look that you like. Okay, I'm just going to go with the plain black, grey, white. Alternate lines make it very easy to find them. Okay, that's that done. Next, we're going to sort our data. And it's particularly easy to do once you've made a table. So you turn your data into a table. Let's go sort it. Sorting is a data thing, so you go to the data tab, and here's sort, and we're going to do custom sort. Can't sort this selection. Okay, so I haven't selected a ranger, have I not? Okay, let's try it like this. No. Custom sort. I don't know what's going on there. So I want to sort by total. That word shouldn't be total, by the way. It should be frequency. And I forgot, I did it the wrong way around. Let's change that word to frequency. Total would be the 87 cars. Okay, now so I'll try that again. It's not very far. I'm not far wrong, and indeed, just while I'm here, let's look at where we don't have cars from. Okay, we don't have a single car in the car park, and not on the 24th of the 4th, which was the Wednesday, and none from Laois, Leitrim, Longford, blah blah blah. So we're going to be throwing them away, but we'll be kind of throwing them away by sorting the data. So let's go at this again. Custom sort, and I missed a trick. Frequency is the right column, but I didn't want to sort in ascending order. You'll remember that from your maths. I wanted to sort it in descending order, numbers getting smaller. Okay, that's more like it. So it's always a good time to think about your data and appreciate what it's telling us. Limerick is the most popular car reg. Now that's not a surprise, and I think you'll all understand why that is. Okay, Dublin is very popular. Well, over half the cars in Ireland come from Dublin. So because of the second-hand market and everything else, quite a few people have cars from Dublin all over the country. Clare is the next most popular county. And that's not a surprise because our school is on the border of Limerick and Clare. Galway and you could even probably pinpoint these to teachers, but we're not going to do that because that would be an ethical issue with our research, and we're not going there. Okay, so this is de-anonymized data. You don't know whose cars they are, etc. Okay, and so on. Now, there's only one car from these counties, and it may be better just to eliminate it and graph the data from 2 up. It just makes the data kind of easier to read and more what like you'd see typically in your textbooks and in school maths. Okay, so I'm just going to take the data from 2 up. During our report we can say, interestingly enough, there's one car from Mayo and Louth, etc., etc. But I'm going to try and graph this. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to insert I'm just going to research some of these things. Hopefully I can find what I'm looking for is a bar chart, and I think I've stumbled upon it there straight away. Okay, so it was that first option there. If there had been more numbers out here, we'd say for a different thing here, we'd be getting different color bars here, but this is exactly what I want. So I'm just going to see, can I revert Control Z or Control Shift Z, go backwards and show you that again. Insert, and we go for this bar chart. Now it says clustered column, but that's the bar chart because of the way I have the data selected. Okay, because we sorted the data, the bars are decreasing as we move left to right. And let's compare this with another insertion. Can I insert a second? Insert a pie chart. Have we done both now? No, we don't. Okay, well, let's look at how we get them both a different way. So I'm just going to right click, double click. No, what do? I want to move this, bring to front, select data. I want to move this to a sheet of its own. Format data. Surprised I can't move it. What's going on? Okay, let's just leave it there a second. Because you could copy paste it out into Excel, but we also might. So how does this work? Well, the dark blue here will be Limerick, and so on. Okay. And I think it's very busy and very messy here, so I'm just going to hit delete and say, what if we just picked less data? We pick everything above 4, and we say we're going to insert a pie chart. Okay, maybe that's just easier for us to digest. So if we take more than 4 cars in the car park, we're getting 13 and so on here. But there's no numbers on this, and I'm going to address that next. So I'm going to try to anyway. And you're going to have to kind of bear with me as I'm learning this myself, because that's the way computer learning happens. Double click. I should chart format. Vary color by size. Let's turn on data labels. See what that does. So that at least puts the numbers in here. Okay. Value. You could make them percentages. You see. Legend key. Now I know that is hard to read, and I'm sure I'll be able to go at that and change its font, change the color. I could do something quite. Okay, it's very grey now. Let's turn them to black. And you can change that again. You can certainly see that you've loads of control here. You might even go white and see, can you read that better? Okay. But then I might double click here and say, you know what, I think we'll bring all the other data back in all the way down to 1 and say return. No, select your data, select the chart format data. Okay, I'm running into obviously a bit of a mess, So I'm probably just going to stop the video here and say, I know I gave you 10 minutes and you might be just as confused as you were to start with, but I've probably given you enough to say this is going to be at the very beginning of your assignment. You're going to open up Excel. You can just open a brand new Excel. Put make, not make, that should of course be year on the top, and the word frequency, and then you'll only put in 2024 and 2023. You'll only put those two in and drag way down. Then you'll jump over and back between this year date and say there's 2 in 2024. You'll put a 2 here. That'll take you a while. Okay, and then you'll sort your data. You'll do like this, and you'll insert a table, and you'll sort it, and you'll make a few different bar charts. Just one tiny other thing would be that I might want to open a Word document and just copy paste in my graphs as I make them. Okay. Of course, we might even think about just going out to the car park and gathering our own data. We'll see. So as always, students, I will see you in the next one.